For some reason, it kicked me off. I don't know why. So, don't know why it kicked me off, but it did. Let's see. There. There we go. All right, it kicked me off. Where was I? Let me go back to that last one. The government of UK has previously placed a request to purchase different types of ammunition, including 152 millimeter rounds for the A36, 152 millimeter rounds for the D20s, the VRG-17 for the AGS-17, 120 millimeter non-NATO mortar rounds, 122 millimeter rounds for the Gvozdyka and the BM-21 Grad rockets. Ukraine also requested 300 millimeter rounds rockets for the MLRS Smerch, VOG-25 grenades for the underbarrel grenade launcher, GP-25, 152 millimeter rounds for the 2A-65 MSTA, 82 millimeter mortar rounds, 125 millimeter HE ammunition for the T-72s, and related logistical support. The prime contractors for the deal will be selected once the contracts have been awarded. The ammunition procurement will help Ukraine in the ongoing combat, as well as enable it to maintain operational readiness for its forces. In a statement, the DSCA said that the potential sale will not require the usual congressional review, as is being made under emergency circumstances. Travis,
what's the emergency? What's going on?
You are late. I'm already going over topics.
We don't start till 8 o'clock, homie.
Yeah, we started early today, so I probably should have texted you earlier.
Sorry, bro, I didn't get that memo. Hey, what's up with your TPS reports, man?
Yeah, hey, you stopped that. Hold on.
What'd you do to the copier, by the way?
Hold on. I got your TPS reports right here.
Sorry, take it back. I didn't mean it. Okay, all right. Just look. If you can get me back my red stapler, I'd be totally happy. That's all. All right.
No, it's my stapler.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes.
Look, fine, whatever. Look. They told me I could listen to music while I'm collating, and there are these squirrels that I like to watch out my window. And no. So anyway, what's the emergency? Why the drastic measures that caused you to go early?
Because I want to go over some things, and I just didn't feel like waiting for 9 o'clock to come around.
I got you. Well, that's fine. No, I had stuff to do for work tomorrow. I didn't have a choice. I'm going to be cut short on my plan time tomorrow, so I things I had to get ready this evening.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So yeah. Okay.
So have you gone over the military reactivating?
No. Don't spoil. Don't spoil.
Well, I don't know what you've covered. You got to fill me in, bro.
That's the next one. We're going talking about the Ukraine one first.
Okay. Ukraine. There's a Ukraine story here?
Yes. State Department ammunition Ukraine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
All right.
More dry spells and ammo.
Yeah. We're going over this. I'm trying to get it as fast as I can because
man.
I'm not sure how stable things are right now after a couple of GunTube chamber hard drive failures.
Gotcha. Okay.
Order more hard drives, but if it doesn't work, then I may have to use StreamYard, and I hate StreamYard.
I'm not a big fan of it either, but it's stable, so it's
Yeah. GunTube chamber is usually stable if the hard drives weren't failing. So just there's that. Okay. In a statement, the DSCA said the potential sale will not require the usual congressional review, as it's being made under emergency circumstances amid the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. The statement adds, this proposed sale will support the foreign policy goals and national security objectives of the U.S. by improving the security of a partner country that is a force for political stability and economic progress in Europe. It's great. The announcement of the proposed sale comes after Russia warned the U.S. that the supply of weaponry to Ukraine will escalate the ongoing hostilities, reported Reuters. although the U.S. rejected sending its own or NATO forces to the combat zone, it has increased military aid for Ukraine since the Russian invasion. Last week, the U.S. approved $800 million military package for the embattled country. Yeah. But at this point, instead of sending them money, we might just as well send troops over there. Honestly.
No, because that's a whole different measure that they can use as an excuse to invade, basically. I mean, that's like sending jets in. They don't want us to send jets in or whatever, or supply jets so that they can use. I mean, there's a line I think we're trying to maintain. And one end, Ukraine's got to do this on their own because they don't want to join us in NATO, and they're kind of in a rock and a hard place. So they've acknowledged that. They've acknowledged that themselves.
They wanted to join NATO, and then they decided, you know what, probably not the best time right now.
Yeah, because they were basically told by Putin he'd annihilate them essentially.
And he made good on that threat.
Yeah.
Well, he's trying to make good on that threat.
Yeah.
Dude.
I mean,
I do not. There is no try.
You can give them all the guns and the ammo that they need to fight this war indefinitely, but it in the end, we can tell Putin, hey, we never put one soldier on their soil, not one U.S. military soldier, on their soil to fight against you,
Well,
we should tell China, hey, don't supply Russia with weapons and ammo either, because if you do that, then that's just grounds for us to not import your iPhones. So it goes both ways here. I like how Russia acts like they're acting like the kid that's getting bullied at school.
Yeah, I know.
So they're the kid that throws the first punch and then tells on you when you throw a punch back.
Yeah,
that's essentially what it is.
Like WTF, man.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So. In other news, Sig Sauer awarded Army contract to build its next generation squad weapons. So basically, the M4 and the XM249 are being upgraded to the XM5 and XM250. And the interesting thing about this is both of them are going to be in a new caliber. They're not going to be in the standard 5.56. They're going to be the new 6.8 by 51 millimeter hybrid ammunition. I think it's called
Sig Fury.
I think it's called the Sig Fury, the 277 Fury. But the interesting thing is, the M5 is basically an M4 piston rifle. So basically, they're just they're going to use basically MCXs in 6.8 by 51.
Which is funny because we don't have to maintain a NATO compatible caliber. Is that going to force NATO to switch then or not?
Well, no, we're still going to be using the NATO weapons and the NATO calibers. We're just I think they're just testing this, and they're just they're adopting it, but they're not converting everything over. They're just using it.
Okay.
So, hold on. We got a thing here. We got a $5 super chat from our good buddy firefighter. He says, "Hello for myself and Commissar Fire Kitten." Oh no, he's got their commissar.
Their commissar's in town. Oh no.
There you go. There's some. Anyways, that's Cold War, isn't it? It definitely is. The 80s at least. Anyways, but so they're converting the M249 to the M250, and they're rechambering it for the 6.8 by 51. Okay.
So is FN out on production of all these weapons then? This is exclusively going to be a SIG thing or what?
I think so, yes. I think so.
Okay.
I think SIG's going to be making them. And let's go to the article. Maybe we'll get some more information because they got a whole bunch of pictures and stuff. So let's just go over this. This is from the Truth About Guns. Like any huge government bureaucracy, the U.S. military tends to be slow to change. They kept the same pistol from 1911 until 1985. Hey, those were good years. Those were good years.
Absolutely.
Especially when the pistol was 1911.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They've basically been running variants of the M16 in most roles since the Vietnam War. Well, if you take care of an AR-15 or an M16, or even the M4 variants, they'll run forever. And that's not to say that we didn't have, shorter variants of the M16 in Vietnam. We had it. It's what was the XM 177. I think that was. Anyways,
Yeah, the shorter version. Sorry.
yeah,
All right.
and
I'm
it
doing
worked.
laundry right now, so I don't want the background noise coming across on your podcast. So
That's fine. Your
right.
your laundry's fine. It's fine.
All right.
All right. So when we say the Army's choice of new squad rifle is a once in a lifetime piece of news, that isn't much of an exaggeration. Yesterday, they announced the culmination of a years long process with the adoption of the new MCX Spear XM5 rifle, which will replace the M4 over time. Okay, so they're doing a slow rollout, but the thing is, they're not really replacing the M4 per se itself, because the MCX is literally just the piston driven M4, but they're doing it at a different caliber. So I guess that's what the whole hubbub about is. And they adopted the adoption of the new SIG LMG, the M250 machine gun, which is basically just a 277 Fury, M249. Anyway, SIG entries the next generation squad weapon competition are based on the SIG MCX rifle and use 6.8 by 51 millimeter hybrid ammunition, 277 Fury. SIG will also make SIG SLX suppressors for the rifles. The value of the contract has been estimated as high as $6.5 billion.
Ooh, well, that'll buy about 20 of them, I suppose.
Yeah, your tax dollars at work, folks. Well, no, the government doesn't have to pay, the $200 tax stamp on all those suppressors.
No, I'm just saying the price per rifle is probably going to be significantly higher than what we paid for an M4, probably 3 to 4 times higher.
Yeah.
Because I'm guessing that rifle, I mean, if you buy that, I'm sure it's probably around a $2,000 to $3,000 rifle if you get a basic variant of it.
Speaking of rifles, if people want to buy an AR-15, I've got one up on Gunbroker. Just saying.
There you go.
It's got an RT5 Bushmaster red dot on it. It's got a rear flip up sight. It's awesome. Check it out. You'll find it if you look for it. It's only stainless steel PSA rifle on Gunbroker right now, because it's got a stainless steel barrel. Anyways, if you want in-depth information, I recommend watching the Army's press conference announcing the awarding contract. We're not going to watch that because it's from Forbes, and I don't want to get copyrighted from Forbes.
Yeah,
but we are gonna show this though. So we're gonna screen share this Chrome tab. I don't know. Can you see that? Can they see that? Let me make sure they can see that before we go any further. So
we're gonna in the same article at the same time.
Yep.
So just for the record, though, that 6.8 upper is not compatible with an AR-15 lower.
No, so but it might be compatible with a 308 lower.
Yeah. I don't know if it's LRSR compatible or whatever they're doing, but yeah, they're saying it'll have to use a 308. So
yeah, you'll probably have to use a 308 lower or something similar
because or whatnot. Yeah.
See, that's what they look like. Let me see if I can put that image up. See if we can.
I mean, you can tell just by looking at the magazine wall, it looks like a 308, like a 30 caliber
mag. See if I can. There we go. We can get that bigger. That's what they look like. They're being built with the suppressor on them. So,
yeah,
that's good. That's good. But again, as I said, it doesn't look that far off from the standard AR-15 that you get from anybody else. It's just in a different caliber.
What if those suppressors just basically get destroyed after they use up their life? Because I thought they were making them out of polymer. They were basically going to be disposable. Like they'd have to be destroyed, obviously. But yeah,
I don't think they're doing that. I don't think so.
I thought they were 3D printing suppressors now. SIG was. I remember watching one of the SIG videos recently. But yeah.
Well, anyways, innovative features of the XM5 include barrel tapering at the crown to make it easier to use accessories like a suppressor without having to use performance reducing washers. Design also allows barrel devices to self-center. Barrel changes can happen in seconds, allowing the military to change calibers, barrel lengths, and or to make other desired changes with minimal work. It's also possible to install the 5.56 MCX upper on a standard AR lower with an adapter.
Yeah, but that's not the Sig Fury upper though.
Right.
Yeah.
New guns are chambered in 277 Fury with its too long to fit in an AR-15 magazine, which means it has to have a larger magazine well, like an AR-10. The good news, that means it will be able to accept rounds like 308 Winchester or 6.5 Creedmoor with nothing but a barrel change. But you probably only want to do that if you can't find any 6.8 or 6.8 by 51 millimeter ammo if you're in the military. But if they can do that for both the 250 and the M5, then that's a good thing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
The new rifles will be fielded to units with the new XM157 next generation squad weapons fire control systems from Vortex. It uses a laser rangefinder ballistic calculator. Ooh, fancy. Atmospheric sensors. Okay, now we're just getting ridiculous. Orientation sensors, and a compass. The only usable thing on there. And even
because basically they're going to point their weapon at whatever target they want to hit, and it's going to adjust and compensate and basically put the dot where the bullet's going to land. So it's going to make them more accurate. It's going to require less dope and less calculations while you're sitting there on the firing line. I think it's going to make them much more effective.
And it says, and even communication with other soldiers' optics to calculate shots. Okay, now you're just getting ridiculous.
No, not at all, dude. I tested a scope that had technology sort of like that built into it, and it was amazing how easy it was to hit 500-600 yards. It didn't even have to try. I mean, it literally was like a video game. It was that ridiculous, dude.
Yeah,
it was that easy. I mean, I could have kept going if I didn't run out. If I wasn't freezing to death when I was filming the video.
Yeah.
So
the system can and will also be programmed to work with other platforms, including the M4 and 7.62 millimeter base weapons. Good. The active reticle optic will be able to link to radical new technologies like the integrated visual augmentation system, IVAS, which will allow soldiers to shoot around corners and even see through barrels if the system is receiving data from other sources that have line of sight capability. We're going to talk about the round. Okay, so let's talk about this round. The 6.8 by 51 hybrid round. What makes the XM5 and its 250 machine gun variant really special is its ammunition. Metallurgy has come a long way since the Vietnam War, and so has the technology of making bullets, cases, and powders. What SIG accomplished with the new hybrid round is to pack magnum power into a 308 size package, and 20 plus of the cartridges fit in normal AR-10 magazines. Very important. The 6.8 by 51 millimeter or 277 SIG Fury uses a special hybrid case, with the front of the case made from easily fed and ejected brass, and the rear of the case made of a much tougher steel to survive the 80,000 psi pressure of the cartridge that generates. The result, a 135 grain bullets zipping along at 3,000 feet per second from a 16-inch test barrel. That's pretty spicy, Travis.
Now, what I've read on what it says on Wikipedia about this compared to 6.5 Creedmoor is that this has 6 to 9 feet less drop at 1,000 yards, not inches, but feet, while delivering 20 to 25% more energy at 1,000 yards versus 6.5 Creedmoor. So that's pretty significant. That's a reach out there and touch someone kind of round. That's gonna definitely save lives. Play that right now, save our lives.
Do you think it's going to be any lighter than 308?
I'd have to look at the actual weight of the round itself. That I don't know. It's probably going to be pretty much on par. The weight doesn't matter. I mean, if you have more, if you could hit your targets along, if you have with superior optics, you in theory could use less ammunition to do the same thing. Basically, you'd have a much more powerful round. You could hit these enemies at 5 times the distance that 7.62 by 39 is going to hit, or maybe even half the distance, if not 5 times more. Like I'm thinking just a basic AK versus one of these things. Jesus, dude.
And Patriot and Dart says, Shooting around corners, that's a joke. Real men shoot through corners. Well,
this will do that too. So yeah.
Well,
It's,
Patriot, you keep forgetting to take your sunglasses off when you enter a building. You need to take your sunglasses off, man. You don't need them on right now.
Yeah, what is this, Men in Black Part 3 or what? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
If anyone who knows Patriot, they'll get the joke. Anyways,
it's all good.
This gives the round a decisive advantage over 5.56 NATO rounds and 2.23 Remington, and just about anything else other militaries are fielding in great numbers. In many ways, this means that the Army is heading away from assault weapons that use intermediate cartridges and back into the battle rifle territory, but with more power than the 308 7.62 by 51 millimeter NATO had in guns like the M14. Aw, I like my M14.
Well, I do too, but it'd be nice to have triple the range and lethality with your firearm,
You shush, Trevor. You shush.
Just saying, bro.
Oh. The rifles will only be for what the Army defines as close combat forces, or forces within line of sight with the enemy, at least at first. Specifically, one general said that this is 11B infantry, 19D cavalry scouts, 12B combat engineers, 68W medics, and 13F forward observers. Everyone else will continue to use existing weapon systems, including the M4s with 5.56 NATO and other weapons with 7.62 by 51 millimeter NATO rounds, unless and until the Army decides to switch everyone to 6.8 by 51 millimeter in the future. Other armed services, the Marines were named specifically, were involved in the selection and testing process and have expressed interest, but the decision to equip other branches with the new weapons and calibers remains with those other services. So it's just the Army at this point. Army units doing close combat, as defined above, will receive the new weapons as ammunition stores become available for training and combat. In other words, they don't want to issue guns to any unit unless there's enough ammunition to train on the new weapons and go right into a major war from day one, which that may happen soon. Spoilers. Some units will get weapons and ammo in 2023 and 2024 using ammunition provided by SIG directly. The full ammunition production at a new building at Lake City Ammunition Plant will not happen until 2025, 2026. SIG will continue to produce ammunition as a second source going forward after that. There's SIG's press conference and press release on that, but we're not going to go over that because it's just more of the same. We just went over all that. But again, so that's what's going on with that, Travis.
I can't complain, man. I think it's a good thing. I think anything we do to save American lives, the better.
Yeah.
Let's hope we don't leave piles and piles of those behind. Years from now when we abandon our next country. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This will make us superior to the M4s and 249s that we left in Afghanistan. So
right.
Pakistan or wherever the hell we were at. Yeah.
Yeah. And we got a $2 super chat from Daniel saying they're gonna need those a lot sooner than 2023. I wholeheartedly agree with you, Daniel, because obviously we may need to use those against Russia quite soon because it's looking as even though people don't care about Ukraine, and honestly, I don't really care too much about the country either. It's just I like going over what's going on over there because it's history in the making. Honestly, it really is. And the fact that they're screwing around with nuclear reactors over there when they shouldn't be. So that's always interesting. But the fact is that Russia is continuing to push the envelope to the point where they may get the United States or any other country in NATO involved. Just because Russia did something stupid, and they did something stupid enough to get smacked for it. And it's looking like that's going to happen. Not that I care about it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we'll just see how far it goes. Maybe Russia will back off and just be happy with like the eastern part of the country just sitting on that basically, or maybe they'll, I don't know if they'd run out of resources or not, how long they can keep prolonging this,
Well, we're gonna segue this into our next topic. Travis, did you know we have tons of ammunition factories that the U.S. Army hasn't used since World War II?
No, and I'm surprised somebody hasn't come along and bought them up.
Nope. They've been dormant since the end of World War II. They haven't been used. They've been maintained in various either disrepair, or they've been kept well enough that they haven't crumbled yet. Though they're going to have to do a lot of weed eating around those buildings. I'll tell you that. But a lot of the more than a number of the old World War II ammunition plants and depots that the U.S. Army has are being reactivated. Did you hear about that, Travis?
I didn't know about this until you mentioned it tonight.
I heard about this a couple days ago. I saw some videos. I wasn't sure whether it was real or not because I couldn't really find anything. And then I was able to find a news article, and it looks like that all the closed ammunition plants in the United States that the U.S. Army has, a lot of them, they're reactivating, they're updating them, and they're going to start making ammunition again. I don't know if they're doing this to make ammunition for Ukraine, as they just did a contract, or I don't know if this is what the if this is what the U.S. military is doing because we need more ammunition to fight Russia, or what. But as Kingpin said, where did Joe Biden find all these primers? That's what I'd like to know. Where the hell did he find enough primers to reactivate 7 or 8 World War II ammunition factories? And if you're asking why is this news? Because the fact is, these plants haven't been online since 1945. Okay, they were closed after the end of World War II. They weren't used for Korea. They weren't used for Vietnam. They weren't used for the Guam conflict. They weren't used for Desert Storm. They have not been active plants since 45. So, well, between 43 and 45. Okay. And it's like, but the thing is, they've made enough ammunition. They've had enough ammunition that they've been putting, but a lot of these factories have had, basically are connected to rails. So they've been bringing ammunition in and out of, by train to these factories. At least one of them in Oklahoma, I think, McAllister. I don't know which ammunition plants are being brought back online, but a number of them are. Let's see.
Streaming is on.
So, but it's just it's weird that World War II ammunition plants are being brought back online.
Sweet.
Something we haven't seen since the war against the real enemies, the Nazis and the Japanese. Before the Cold War, before the dark times, before the Biden. Yes, I had to make the joke.
I think that's
Did they happen to say when they're going to get these plants up and running again or not?
They did not. But here's the one thing: they are updating these facilities. They are updating them, and I guess Travis, all they need to do is just slap some Flex Seal on top of the roofs, and they're good.
Pretty much, man. I mean, they might have been built to like a pretty hardcore standard, like a wartime standard back in the day, anyway.
Yeah,
over-engineered, overbuilt.
But the problem is, a lot of these old plants have asbestos in them.
Gotcha.
Ooh.
You know why? Because
Not
the
a good
paint they
thing.
used back in the day.
Oh.
Remember, paint before
back in the day.
paint before or during World War II had asbestos in it. That's great.
I don't know if it was necessarily the paint or if it was the insulation that they put in the top for fire resistance, or it's like the shingles on the outside of the building was made out of it also.
Yeah, we don't
Because
we don't
older
know.
houses made like in the 20s and teens, I think, that have the original outside shingles on. They're made out of asbestos too.
Yeah,
You
I'm
have to have
trying
them
to I'm
removed.
trying to find out which plants are being brought back online. So, let's see. They're bringing the one in Oklahoma back online.
Should have Roro go scout that out for us and let us know what
Ray.
what the 411 is on that.
Roro.
Ray. He doesn't like being called Ray
Ray.
anymore.
Rachel.
Mhm.
Sorry, man.
Okay.
Look,
Sorry,
it was
Rachel.
years and years of going by one name. I just gonna take me time to adjust.
I don't even want to get into that. But I just, we don't want to piss him off. So
No, absolutely not. I would never intentionally
No.
do that.
no.
I know. Trust me,
Yeah.
man. I know.
Yeah, I don't want to get down that rabbit hole. So let's be respectful.
Oh, dude. Hey, it's all good, man.
I'm trying to see if I can find the plants the plants specifically, because there are a number of them that they've brought back online.
So while he's looking at George, how's your day going, man?
It's all right.
Doing
It's
okay?
been a real rainy day today, man.
Really?
Yeah. We had got some thunderstorms come down Texas, the South
Oh, yeah.
Texas and stuff. But it hit more of the upper valley, which they got it worse because, they get like hail and all that stuff, We were lucky that it just got thunder, lightning, and a lot of rain. So going out this morning was very interesting. I always
You
have
guys have
to,
a lot of flooding in your neck of the woods or not?
yeah. Like, and the main strip always gets really flooded, and some of the other areas and stuff. So I had to drive out like the high roads, so that way, I don't get any of the flooding. I think coming back was no problem. I was like, oh,
Are you guys at sea level or not? It's a stupid question, but are you? How high up in the what's your elevation?
oh, hell, I don't know. I don't know. But I know we're since we're in the coast, right now, not too far from the Gulf of Mexico, we're like at least, 30 miles, I think. I think that's how far we are. Yeah.
Okay, so Brownsville is 33 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, dude, we're at like 2,300 here where I'm at in Lincoln, Nebraska. You're up there, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be like what we'd be looking for in Waterworld,
Oh yeah.
Like land.
Hey, we have a point in Nebraska that's actually higher than Denver. A lot of people don't realize that up in the northwest corner of the state.
Oh really? Cool.
We're actually higher than 1 mile. Yeah.
That's cool.
Crazy, man. I know when I go to sea level, it just feels weird. The air is so freaking heavy at sea level. It's odd.
Yeah, it's like, I remind me like when I went to Oklahoma, the friends of mine were saying, "Are your ears feeling weird?" It goes like a little. Why? Oh, because the elevation you're used for being.
Oh yeah.
It's low. So then after a while you get used to it, it's like nothing after a while. But I mean, at first it was like, the fuck? My ears. The heck's what's wrong with my ears,
Then you go to like Colorado. Yeah, Tulsa is only 722 feet. That's not much, man.
Oh wow. How about yourself? How was your day, man?
Busy,
both
man.
guys.
Busy. Usual school day, man.
It was school day.
Go
Yeah.
through what we got to do. Got about 21 days left until the end of the year.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it's got me compared to last year, man. Doing Zoom teaching and stuff. This has been a piece of cake. Well, it wasn't bad for me. I handled it. I mean, I had no trouble managing it, but it just wasn't fun.
Having your own YouTube channel actually helped you in Zoom,
There you go.
I'm not talking about that.
This includes building an optimized component remanufacturing facility, installing an industrial control network at Anniston Armstrong Depot in Alabama, McAllister in Oklahoma, Corpus Christi Army Depot in Texas, building a one-way luminescence ammunition facility for more efficient tracer production at Lake City. So they're doing more in Lake City. Let's see. Other facilities will be built and upgrades made to the Holston Army Ammunition Plant in Tennessee, the Radford Army Ammunition Plant in Virginia, Red River Army Depot in Texas, Tobyhanna Army Depot in Pennsylvania, Watervliet Arsenal in New York. So those are some of them, and that's not all of them, because there's also Crane Army Ammunition Plant in Indiana as well. So they're going all out. Let's see. And the construction of a modernized and adaptive joint missile maintenance facility in Letterkenny Army Depot in Pennsylvania. Jeez. Wow. George?
Yes.
Do you want to make ammunition? Let's see. It's like they're also apparently the Army they'll get the 2L Army Depot in Utah, the Pine Bluff Arsenal in Arkansas, the Joint Manufacturing and Technology Center in Illinois. That's more than I thought. But the fact that they're getting all those plants retooled and updated and built to modern specs means that Travis, I just want to know where Biden found all those primers.
Well, he hasn't found them yet, but it is kind of interesting. They must be planning on, and who knows, maybe some of those places, maybe some will be able to produce primers. I don't know. I mean, we don't know. I mean, yeah, we've only got so many commercial primer producers right now, but still.
Yeah.
He must have found a map, he's like that Nicolas Cage movie, the Lost Treasure or whatever.
Yeah. Hold on, we got a couple super chats. We're going through them.
The only sad thing about that is it kind of keeps those potential primers and ammo out of the hands of us civilians. Of course, that could be part of his plan too.
Yeah. Daniel says $2 super chat says they haven't been open since the mean mustache days. Yes, since those days. Fighter gives us a $2 super chat saying, sounds very sus. Leadership is sus. Yes, Biden is very sus. If anybody doesn't know, sus means suspect. So again, that's what's going on with that. And it's like, that was more than I thought they were going to do. Because 3 or 4 I can see. But that's like 5. That's like between, what is it, 7 or 8 different plants that they're upgrading.
I'm telling you, man, they must be planning for the long haul, doing this thing against Russia. If that's the situation,
they must be getting ready for a world war.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I said the quiet part out loud. Sorry about that.
Oh,
because they're reactivating World War II ammunition factories. So they must be getting ready for a world war. Yeah. And I said that out loud again. I shouldn't do that.
Command and conquer, baby. Command and conquer.
Conquer, red alert.
That's right, man. It's a command and conquer, red alert.
Hold on. Let me go get my time machine.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to 1999.
Got to go back in time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My time machine.
Yes, you better get your ammo now, by the way, people. Yeah. Just get your ammo and just be done with it, all right?
Daniel says that Night Strike World War III is supposed to kick off tonight anyway, supposedly. Honestly, they didn't say it was supposed to kick off tonight, Daniel. They just said that Russia is looking to expand from the southern part of Ukraine over and invade Moldova. And if they do that, then yeah, we'll probably be in a world war soon.
Well, who is Moldova a NATO ally or not?
Apparently, Roll Call says, Night Strike, did you hear about the Chicago superintendent that tried to sell a full auto? He tried to sell it to an undercover AFT agent. Well, AFT. There you go.
Wait, school superintendent?
I don't know.
What? Oh
I don't know if it's intendant or superintendent. I don't know. I don't know. Roll call spelling. You ask him.
Because usually that position pays pretty good. You shouldn't have to sell auto weapons on the side to,
I know.
Yeah, right.
You think so too.
Yeah,
But,
I don't even have to do that, and I'm just a standard everyday infantry
11.
educator. So
Yeah. So it's just, but yeah, it's interesting. But those are the topics I had for this evening. I really didn't want to read the whole army topic, so I just skimmed to find out which plants were being reactivated and modernized. Because they're retooling them, they're reactivating them, and yes, they haven't been online since World War II, so they're getting ready for another World War. No.
It does make you wonder.
It does make you wonder, doesn't it?
But yeah, they probably do have some sort of contracts with the Ukraine to supply like small arms munitions. I'm guessing maybe the all the different like missiles and stuff we're giving them is just kind of a help me out kind of thing or something. That's just an aid package. Yeah.
And listen to this. There's also the fact that the Ukraine is getting more tanks too. So for the conflict. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the whole European situation.
Who are they getting their tanks from? Like from us?
I think they might have got.
I highly doubt they're going to be getting Abrams, right?
No, more T-72s and Challenger 2s. It looks like.
Who makes those?
T-72s are Russian Soviet.
I was going to say, yeah. Are they just like finding them and refurbishing them, or what?
They're Soviet era. The Challenger 2, I think those are. Let me see who makes those. I think those are. I think we make those. No, it's no Challenger 2s are British.
Okay.
It's like the British version of an Abrams, more or less.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, and if you're asking where they're getting those from, they've got this nice neighbor who really doesn't like the Russians. We talk to one of their patriots all the time.
Poland.
Yeah.
Oh.
Poland. So, just things are going on.
Tony,
What's up, dogs?
what's up? It's been a while.
Where's my little icon? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I stopped the video for you. You're good. You're not in the new cabin yet, are you?
I am. I got settled. I just got settled.
You didn't make another video of that. I needed another video once you had everything set up.
I'm going to, but I was so busy trying to get moved in because we were closing on the other house, and I was going to be homeless, so I had to.
Oh yeah.
I had to
Ours
move out of that
Tiny
one.
Home, man. You got to make a new channel on that, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, tiny home stuff is so hot right now. That and van life and overlanding. That's what's going to get you in the algorithm right there.
I don't really care about the fads, to be honest with you.
It's about the fads, Tony. It's about making you eternal.
Yeah, Tony built a tiny house.
Yeah.
Without using a cargo container. It probably cost him less than buying a cargo container.
Well, yeah, all the equipment that goes into it is and this is my point about shipping containers.
Yeah.
It's not the cost of the shell that's expensive. It's all the stuff you got to do afterwards, right?
It's all the inside work you got to do to it. Right?
So you might as well, if you're going to spend the same amount of money framing the inside out of a shipping container that's narrow that you can reach across, I bet you all, who's got the longest wingspan here? Travis?
I'm about 6 foot tall, so I mean, I don't know, maybe.
If you reach out your arms in both directions, you got 6 feet, 7
Close.
feet. You
6.
could probably reach both sides of a shipping container.
Oh, yeah.
After you, because if you don't frame out the inside and insulate it, you're gonna have an indoor, hurricane. There'll be water flying everywhere in there. So anyway.
You have to like cut a door into those things then, or what? How do you what? Because you're not going to use the main like hatch exit, are you?
That's the other thing. You spend so much time altering them, putting windows
Yeah.
and doors in, welding, and all that crap. It's just silly. I didn't want to get off on a tangent, but Nightstruck knows how to do it. He knows how to get me on a tangent.
But I mean, you got electricity and running water and stuff in yours. I haven't watched all of your videos on it yet, but
Oh yeah, I've got a septic tank and underground electric service. I got underground. I ran 400 feet of fiber optic cable so I could talk to y'all on the interwebs.
All right.
yeah,
Tony,
Yankee
Tony, you're
Marshall couldn't
finally
even
in
do
the
that,
21st century. Finally.
That's so cool.
It's solitude
Congrats,
though, man. I mean,
Congrats.
it's like, it's awesome. You know, today when I came home, there was turkeys in front of my house, and then the other day I went out early in the morning and there was white-tailed deer.
I have
don't
to
know.
ask a controversial question, Tony.
There's no Bigfoot yet.
No,
I haven't seen one.
No, no one's talking about Yankee.
Oh.
But I have to ask, do you have enough room in that tiny cabin for your gun safe?
The guns, all the guns aren't being stored here. I'll just tell everybody that so they don't want to break in and think it's going to be easy to find them all.
Right.
You know.
So what? You're
Yeah.
going to leave them elsewhere then? You've
No,
got.
I can't shoot all. I've got another, storage facility that has this kind of a safe in it.
All right, because I was just worried because that didn't look big enough for a gun safe for you.
No, I'm building. I see you're going to make me tell secrets. I'm going to have a hidden compartment that has at least an AR and an AK in it, probably a shotgun.
He's going to keep it locked, people, so don't worry about it.
Well, and if
He's
you
going to
find
build
it,
an underground basement.
besides, this is just temporary anyway. I'm going to build a little cabin here beside it.
Right,
So-
right. That's only temporary. It's like
Yeah.
how
Oh,
long
yeah,
do you think it's
tiny
going to be
guest
before you
house,
build
then.
build the nice cabin?
Yeah, y'all can come stay in the tiny
I
shack.
will, man. Heck yeah, dude. Tiny guest house.
You joke, but I would really
too.
come and
I'd
visit.
move in there in a heartbeat,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, and you just call it the cottage,
Damn
Yeah,
right.
there you go, Tony.
Call it Tony's cottage. Right
It's my
there.
hoe house.
Oh my god! But yeah, it's like when
Did
do
I
you
say
think
that?
when do you think you're going to start work on the big one?
Well, I was thinking just last night in bed, a video. I was working on a video here. Finish. I think I want to change the design a little bit. I don't know. It's just I always struggle with these things right before I start to do something.
Well,
Because it's so permanent. You think, it's just a house, but dang, it's going to be here when I'm dead and gone. It's going to have my name written all over it.
this one is your
Right.
permanent.
That's
one.
when I'm going to move in.
Travis, you'd have
11's
to
little love shack.
you would have to leave. What was it, Nebraska first?
I understand that, dude. I love the Southeast. It's beautiful down there, man.
No,
Went there
man,
twice. Drove all the way down to Orlando from Lincoln. It was beautiful.
The Sequatchie Valley is honestly the most beautiful place in Tennessee
through-
for sure, but maybe in this part of the whole side of the country. It's well known. We have hang gliders and all kinds of people, climbers come here, kayakers. It's amazing, and it's it's like the people who know, and nobody else knows. It's kind of it's one of those things.
Yeah, dude. Once you get east of Illinois, once you start to get down into like Missouri, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful down there, man. Nothing but trees and mountains and hills.
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been to Colorado a million times, and it totally. I mean, Colorado's majestic and everything, but this is just you want just straight up in the middle of nature, man. That's it.
Yeah, Travis, I went to Colorado in the summer, and guess what? It
You got
snowed.
altitude sickness?
The people are
snowed.
weird there too.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. It does that because you're at 13,000 feet or 10,000 feet. You're going to be, that can happen anywhere up in the mountains in Colorado year round.
So,
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, so it's just I wanted to ask about that, Tony, because I haven't talked to you in a while. I haven't seen any updates on the cabin. I was just like, what's happening on the cabin? What's
I've
happening on the
posted
cabin?
some pictures on Instagram.
Yeah, I saw those, but
Not a lot.
not a lot.
But
You've been too busy, man. You've been too busy.
I've got to build a little closet at the foot of the bed. You know, it's funny, storage, you don't know how lacking you are in storage until you move into a tiny house, right? You got a big house, you got all these closets in there, you got attics, basements, you know, all kinds of places.
You got to come up with ingenuitive ways for storage.
Yeah,
right?
you need to make, you know, like closet space, not closet space, a storage space under the bed, you know.
Have a pull out drawers and stuff like that.
Unless you don't have a bed, you have a hammock, you know.
Trying to see if I can get.
Man. You got bunk beds.
Where's the? I am going to build a bunk bed because Alex, the boys want to come and stay. Where's
Cool.
the camera thing? I can't. Where's the camera thing? Not straight. Here we go.
That's right in the middle.
We're getting done. Night Striker going to come visit this summer, so.
Yeah. Take the tape off if you're gonna turn the camera on.
Well, where are the settings? Dang it!
Because I'm just seeing a black wall.
I'm just rusty. Here we go. Camera. It always picks the wrong one.
Yep.
Preview unavailable.
Huh.
Failed to access my camera.
Hmm.
You didn't pay the bill?
No, you know, that's funny you said that because the internet service is a little wacky. I guess it's not going to work. I don't know why.
It sounds like you got good internet service though.
No, I had to pay though, right?
Right. You're gonna have to pay regardless.
I started to do Starlink, but I don't like the satellite stuff, you know, because we have a lot of wacky weather up here on the mountain. And, you know, you can drive in the valley, it's sun shining and blah, blah, blah. You get up here and you've got, you know, hail and lightning and trees flying around. So
yeah,
I went with the underground option so I don't have to worry about it.
Well, I'm glad.
I was
you're
talking.
settling in.
My neighbor is only like a quarter mile away, and I was asking him, I was like, "Hey, where do y'all shoot up here?" And he was like, "In our backyards."
I told you you're gonna have to build a berm.
I said, "I've got a berm. I have a creek halfway back, 2 acres back. I've got a creek that crosses, right?"
Well, there you go. You got a berm.
And yeah, so it's down a little holler, as we say in Tennessee.
Down a little holler.
And it's perfect burn. I mean, it's like the natural.
Are you sure it's a creek and not a crick?
It's a creek and a creek. It's a creek.
It's a creek if you're from Nebraska. It's a creek if you're from anywhere else.
Okay.
But I looked. You know what's funny is I looked on the map, but it's the freaking headwaters. It's the little creek, tiny little creek that becomes
a river.
It runs right into the Chickamauga Possum Creek down there at the foot of the mountain. It's pretty awesome.
It's probably runoff from like the snow or something.
No, there's a spring at the head where it starts.
Okay.
It starts literally like 100 feet past my property. There's probably a spring there. So
awesome. I'm waiting on better pictures.
I know. I haven't even been back there yet. I've been so busy.
Just let me know, all right?
It's another 400 feet back.
You know, it's a good walk for you. I mean, you got all that time now. You're out in the middle of nowhere.
So anyway, I didn't want to hog the conversation. I just thought I'd say hi.
No, it's great to see, man. It's
honestly, it's good to hear from you. I was wondering what happened to you. I was wondering if aliens had gotten to you because I saw you did another alien chat the other day.
Yeah, we thought maybe you pulled a DB Cooper or something, you know.
After that Louis Lozano interview, I had like 20,000 people asking me to do them. So I'm like, well, okay, whatever. So,
I mean, I've got one of those license plates in my here in my room where, you know, it says Area 51 on it. It says state of Nevada. You know, those old Area 51 license plates they used to make for jokes and whatnot.
Yeah,
I've got one of those.
You know, it is interesting though. I'm talking to some people who, let's just say this year is going to be interesting. Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Oh, yeah. this year is going to be. This year has been interesting. I tell you that.
No,
right
it's going to
now.
get more interesting.
Oh, you really?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can handle that.
I know.
You know,
Let's
but
just
Yeah,
say
talking to George Knapp and what's his name, Nori?
you know, between
no, not those kind of people.
Tony,
These are
between
people-
you moving into that cabin and the fact that they're bringing World War II ammunition factories back online, and a situation where they're having a war in Europe right now, things are getting interesting.
Yeah, well, this is even beyond that. I'm pretty sure if these people are right, then anyway, I don't want people to think I'm nuts just because I moved to the woods, so I'm going to be quiet. But there's some interesting thoughts going on out there. Did y'all hear about? Have you heard of the Galileo project?
No, what
Bobby
about it?
Loeb, the French physicist who started this thing. Did you hear about Oumuamua, the is it a comet or an asteroid? What is it, Travis? It's an interstellar. There's been 2 interstellar objects that came through
Yeah,
our.
that hit, and there's one in the ocean, and they're trying to find one of them, right?
Yeah, that's the 2014 one.
Yeah. And there's like a 2018 one that hit also.
The 2017. That's Oumuamua. That's the one that this guy I've met that I did. I don't know if y'all saw my videos. I did some work for the Galileo project, CAD work. And they're building some stuff that's, going to be able to track or detect things that, may be on the level of, matter that we, they may have figured out dark matter or dark energy and that kind of stuff.
That would be interesting.
Some of the stuff is going to turn out to be probably that, these beings are on, how it takes something as simple as wavelengths of light, right? We can't see infrared without assistance, right?
Right.
So imagine other wavelengths that we can't even see, even with, assistance of, equipment assistance.
Okay, I'm going to make a joke here, so just be aware this is a joke.
Go ahead and make a joke.
It's not going to be like we're just going to have to get the right kind of sunglasses like They Live, and then find out that half the population's aliens, right? You saw you know that movie. You remember that?
I saw that.
Roddy Piper and Keith David.
What was that, 1990 or something?
No, it's 80s.
80s, yeah.
It was 80s. It was definitely an 80s movie.
Either probably 85, 86, or 87. I'm guessing.
That was a pretty good movie for a low budget.
For a low budget film, it had a wrestler in it and Keith David. It was pretty good.
Yeah,
all out of bubblegum.
Exactly.
Or his kicking nalgas.
Anyway, there's too many there's too many people on that level who are getting involved with this thing that for it not to be anything,
All right.
I mean, look at Louis Elizondo, this guy, ex-CIA, he could just be retired now and living in Montana on all kinds of cash. He doesn't have to be doing this. Why would he stick his neck out?
No
anyway,
idea.
I'm going to be quiet.
All right. Well,
I just came to say hi, and y'all are getting me into all this stuff.
Well, because we want to talk to you, Tony. But
yeah, we want to talk.
You're the one showing orbs off on your YouTube.
Before you showed up and started hanging out and talking with us, I was getting ready to close it. So
orbs.
you got people an extra 20 or 30 minutes of show right there.
I was out cleaning up the woods, because we had a storm, and I had a little pile of Tyvek and insulation that was left over, covered up in plastic. I was going to haul it off, The freaking semi-tornado wind downburst thing blew it all over the woods. So I'm walking through the woods trying to pick up everything. And I just think, man, the wind's blowing. It was the first day. It was like 68 degrees on the mountain. I mean, it was like, dang, it's like I heard John Denver singing in the background. So
Rocky Mountain.
so I start filming that, and I realized that the lens glare, whatever, what's it called? Lens glare.
Yeah, the flare, the
Yeah.
purple
Yeah.
fringing or whatever.
I
Yeah.
said,
Well-
that's funny. See, I have a sense of humor about it though. Some people
Well,
don't have a sense of humor.
Tony, every time someone mentions West Virginia, I want to sing, Country Roads.
Country road. Country road.
Tape
Poor
Now,
John.
Tony, did you put a wood burner in your little cabin?
I was going to, and I still might, because this through the wall heat pump thing I have is not. It gets cold on this mountain, man. So
Yeah, I was thinking you're going to want to have some kind of a backup in case electricity goes out too.
Yeah.
well, unless I put a full blown like mini split in here, it's not going to keep up. If it gets down below 30, it's not going to keep up.
Yeah,
But,
I had the electricity go out today.
The
'cause
problem
we had rain.
The problem is the only corner I have. I don't know if you remember the design I had. I only got one corner left over for either a little workbench, or the wood stove. So I chose right now that corner has got a table and tools on it. Cordless
Right.
drills, hammers. All this kind of tape measures. It's got all this miter saw, table saw.
That reminds
So-
me, I need your new address so I can send you stuff.
That's cool.
Okay, that reminds me. So get with me after the show so that
Okay.
we can take care of all that.
So what I
But,
was thinking about doing was buying one of those tiny wood stoves that only burn like 4 hours or something, and making a steel bracket so that it mounted on the wall above. Have y'all ever seen those tiny house?
I've seen them,
stoves?
but I've seen them, but you're gonna want, depending on how much heat you need and how cold it is, you're gonna have to scale it accordingly.
Well,
Yeah, I
it's
was
just
surprised
one
that
of
you
the-
want to do like a pod belly or something in it because I got a buddy that has one in his den and it heats up the house to like 80, man. I
Well,
mean,
see,
it's
that's
crazy.
the other problem. If you put any wood stove in here at all, it's going to run you out. No, it would have to be a tiny one, right?
Well, you can just control the heat by just dropping one log in at a time. You don't think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I want one. Don't get me wrong. I
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
bought one. But the problem is I also want to have a little gunsmithing bench, or something.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't, or just have a place to clean the guns. Then have not necessarily work on them, just clean
Like a
them.
work area.
Yeah, a little work area. And right now it's perfect the way I got it set up. So I don't know. Besides
But you
that,
said to yourself, this isn't going to be your permanent residence. You'll eventually have something else that's going to have regular HVAC in it or fireplace or whatever you decide to do.
And if that AC you got doesn't work out, you could get like one of those DIY do it yourself HVAC mini split systems where it's just that one cassette.
that's what I'm going to get for
And
the
those-
main cabin.
I've seen those. Honestly, depending on the BTUs you need, they're not actually that expensive.
It's about $900 to $1,000
Yeah.
for one head and a compressor.
Yeah.
But it's not good.
That's inexpensive compared to some of the ones I've seen.
Oh, I know. I've put them in
Yeah.
from different. But the thing is, the smallest wood stove that you can buy will heat like 900 square feet.
Have you
Yeah.
measured to see how many square feet you actually have in the building?
It's only 300.
Only 300.
Yeah, it's 12 by 24.
And get that small one then.
Yeah. So it's all you'd have to do is get up in the middle of the night and stoke it. Put one, load it one more time.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, if I get too comfortable here, I don't want to. I'm liable just to start having too much fun and forget building the
Yeah.
bigger one. So I want to make it to where I want to move out.
Yeah.
So,
Well, all right, guys, we're gonna head out here. We're gonna go through the room and let everybody say their say anything they need to end. But we've been running long, so Travis, do you have anything you want to tell people?
Just check out my YouTube channel, Travis P11, and I've got a Thursday night show that I do, Caliber Corner Weekly Edition, which is from 6 to 7 Central Time on YouTube. And then I've also got Caliber Corner Weekend Edition, which is 8 a.m. Central Time on Saturday mornings. And we've got a show coming up on Thursday, and I haven't decided on a topic yet for Saturday, but I got a pretty good idea, so I'll probably be posting that here pretty soon. So, but otherwise, that's it, man. I appreciate the invite. Thank you.
All right. George, final words of wisdom.
Final words of wisdom. I'm running a blank.
Got any Mexican sayings?
Saca la mofle. Bring out the tall boy.
Okay, we'll go with that one. We'll go with that one. That seems appropriate.
Yeah.
I mean,
All
that's
right.
it. Like wrong.
Yeah, thanks for the invite, man. Check me out at Celtics There Guy on Instagram.
All right.
Thanks again.
We're going to get that YouTube channel up for you soon.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have to do that.
Yeah. All right. Tony, you got any final words of wisdom for us, or is you want to say
No,
goodbye
I'm
to
just
everyone?
I'm gonna have the aliens come after Daniel because he's always giving me a hard
Yeah.
time.
Uh,
I just saw the comments.
I just saw Daniel's comment saying, "You missed my super chat at Night Strike." Okay, hold on.
And
Before-
yes, John Z, I sold the house finally.
So, Daniel gave a $2 super chat saying, "Is that neighbor severely sensitive?" Well, you would know, Daniel. You would know because you like to push him. So, with that, we're gonna be done. We'll be back probably on Friday for the Friday Night Strike because we're doing that again. So, tune in for that. And again, watch out for videos and whatnot because I've got a ton of a backlog of stuff I've got to get out. So I'm working on that. So it'll be fun. We'll see you guys later. Thank you. I want to thank all my panel for jumping in and hanging out with us tonight and participating. And we'll see you guys later. So take it easy. Shall not be infringed. And this was Hit or Miss.
Adios,
How
Felicia.
do I turn this damn thing off?
Feliz Navidad.
Felicia Navidad.
Felicia, my dog.
The AFT shot my dog.
Oh, I hope not.
I hope not too. Yeah, those poor dogs. They don't deserve that. AFT is awesome. They're awful.
Are you still